What's happening? What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back, Brisbane Heatran fans. This is week 6 of the CBA, and we're going up against Jake and Virginia Tech. Who cares? His team should be coming up on the right, and it consists of Garchomp, Skarmory, Terrakion, Reuniclus, Greninja, Porygon 2, Vaporeon, Cofagrigus, Lantern, Stunfisk, and Mega Pidgeot. So, looking at his team that he brought, I'm really surprised that he didn't bring either the Reuniclus or the Cofagrigus to switch into my Medicham, because the team that he's brought is literally O-code or 2-hit KO'd by Medicham. Also surprised that he didn't bring either the Lantern or the Stunfisk, because everything gets anal raped by Thundurus. So that's awesome for me. Like this, so the game plan very clear for me. Just plop in Medicham and Thundy as often as possible and see how to wreck shop. Also, his only switch into Mega Gyarados is the Porygon 2 and partially the Skarmory. Also surprised that he brought the Terrakion a little bit, because Claydol hardballs, because Claydol is a god. But looking at the team that I've brought an absolute fire squad. But before I go through it, quick shout outs to those who gave me mocks. We got Mayo, got Officer, got Blue. So here we got Mega Gyarados, obviously, DD, Taunt, Crunch, and Earthquake. Taunt to taunt some stuff, because he has a lot of fat stuff and he likes to bring a lot of fat stuff. So taunt those fat stuff, set up in their face and win. Then we got Claydol, pretty cool Claydol set with Citrus Berry, Rapid Spin, Toxic, Earth Power, and Magic Coat. I didn't really expect to see Skarm, but I had the Magic Coat just in case he wanted to hazard stack. So that's some pretty neat tech there. Mainly physically defensive. And then we got the Clef. The Clef's got the rocks. It's got a fire move. It's got a move, a fairy move, and then it's got Wish to keep other stuff healthy. Probably especially defensive. If I were to have a guess, takes two Hurricanes from the Mega Pidgeot, which is a huge threat to my team. But as you can see, he's bad and didn't bring it. Then we got the Zygarde, Scarf Zygarde set, Earthquake, Thousand Arrows, Toxic, and Outrage, just to clean up, outspeed some stuff, and do some nice damage. Then we got a absolute fire Medicham set with Trick Ring Target to catch that Cofag. Boom. Bulk Up, Baton Pass, and High Jump Kick. As you can see, his team has absolutely no switch-ins for High Jump Kick. Everything is absolutely destroyed. Then we got a nice AV Thundy set to take on the Mega Pidgeot. 4 attacks, obviously, because he has no knockoff users. So I'm not that godly. So my lead was always going to be Claydol, if I saw a Skarm. So that's what we're going with. We got the P2, and kind of interested in the thought process behind this turn 1. I honestly thought Skarm would come out, because Skarm gets hard walled by Claydol, and but he decides to stay in, and I cannot keep up the accent, which was probably terrible anyway. But yes. So, so I just toxic turn 1 because I kind of wanted to bait in the Skarmory, and also toxicing P2 is bloody amazing. But he doesn't switch, lets the P2 get toxic, and I take, in inverted commas, this item. But that is a trade I am totally willing to make. The Citrus Berry takes me up to around 75% health, and this P2 is on a timer. So now I'm going to switch out into Clef, which is going to be able to eat up all hits from this P2, because it has no special attack investment. And this is just going to give me a free turn to rocks. So looking at this Vaporeon, kind of want to see what it wants to do, so I just throw up the Wish, and then I can threaten it out with Fundy. If it goes for an attack, then yeah, I get all the health back, and if he doesn't, then you know I've got a full health Fundy. So this play here, I go to HPI. I actually realized at this point that I brought a move that I didn't mean to. I had, yeah, and but that's alright. It actually turned out to be helpful. And I HP Ice here, trying to catch the Chomp on the switch. T-Bolt was a bad play because he had the Wish up in the air, and if I had T-Bolted, then he would have gotten all the health back anyway, so it really didn't benefit me at all going T-Bolt. If I T-Bolt, he switched into Garchomp, it's in for free. And if he went into Garchomp, well, I HP Iced, I could at least burn its Yachi Berry if he had it. So that's why I went for HP Ice, but it just goes for Raw and drags in my Gyarados. Now, once I saw that it was Wish, Scald, Raw, and with probably Protect, this is the perfect opportunity to set up, taunt this thing, because this thing is taunt bait, and then just go ham. So I'm just going to taunt this thing. It's going to try and Raw or Wish, and now it's just free turn to Dragon Dance. Here I go for Crunch. Probably should have gone for Taunt, but I thought that the threat of after revealing Taunt, it was kind of the obvious play. If he had T-Wave, then you know Gyarados would be T-Waved, but I could Dragon Dance up to the point where the T-Wave doesn't matter anymore, because of the paralysis nerf. But instead, I decide to make the prediction that he wouldn't T-Wave and just go for a Crunch. If I Dragon Danced here, that would have been that would have done a lot of damage to everything. But then again, Skarm doesn't take enough. Garchomp doesn't take enough. So I just thought Crunch would be the best play, as he goes for the Tri Attack, and he doesn't do that much. So that's good. That's good for me. Now I'm just going to finish off this this Porygon 2, and the only switch into Mega Gyarados is, well, the only switch in to +1 Mega Gyarados is gone. So here, he goes into Garchomp, and he's probably just trying to get some rough skin damage onto me to chip me down so that he can take me out. But I want none of that rough skin, so I Earthquake, as he goes for EQ as well, and that's not enough to take me out. Now here, I thought about. I didn't think he was going to sack the Garchomp, so I went for Crunch here. I thought, if I'm able to catch the Scam, if you want to switch out, I can catch the Scam, and then be able to hit KO up. Also, the Crunch would have taken out the Garchomp as well, so I go for the Crunch. It does 48%. That's awesome, and I go for the Crunch again, take it out, and Mega Gyarados taking lives. So I go into Thundy because his Thundy switch-ins do not exist, and I go for the Grass Knot first as a safe play in case he wanted to go into Vaporeon. So here, I don't know if this thing is scarfed, but I have the Terrakion counter in Claydol. So I plop in Claydol, it does 25%, and he shows Life Orb, so now Thundy is going to be able to take on pretty much everything. Like, it just kills pretty much everything at this point. It's going to outspeed the Terrakion and kill it with Grass Knot. It's going to kill the Vaporeon with the T-Bolt and take a hit from the Greninja and T-Bolt it to death. So I just go for the Toxic. I put this thing on a timer because I know it doesn't have Heal Bell, and switch back into Thundy just to keep applying that pressure to his team. And this is the freest of T-Bolts, and he goes for the Wish. Now here, make a bit of a misplay. I go for T-Bolt, whereas I think I definitely should have gone for Grass Knot instead, because Grass Knot would have taken this thing out, and it would have taken the possible Terrakion switch in as well. As we see that it pretty much takes him up back to full, and at this range, Claydol and Terrakion isn't guaranteed, or I'm not able to fully guarantee that I'm going to take him out with the Grass Knot. So just to play it safe, I go into Claydol and he misses, which is super unfortunate for him, which means I'm able to get off some nice damage with Claydol, but in the end it didn't change the outcome of the game. Me not Grass Knotting did, in the sense that I would have had a 3-0 victory instead of what I ended up having. And here he just decides to sack his Vaporeon. Clef getting its first kill, I think. And now he's definitely in range of Grass Knot, so able to take him out with the Grass Knot. And here I know I'm able to take a Surf and an Ice Beam and just be able to kill this thing with the T-Bolt. So good game, Jake. That was a really tough game to prep for, tough team to prep for. Jake is also coming into this week. We were both 4-1, both at the top of our conference, our divisions, and 1-2 in our conference. So this win was really big for us. It puts us clear first in our conference, which is helpful for playoffs, allowing us to get that first week bye. But yeah, great game, Jake. And next week we take on Dr. Yansku, who coming into this week was undefeated, so 5-1. Well, we were 4-1. No, 5-0. Sorry, 5-0. While we were 4-1. So yeah, huge game next week. Tough game next week. Definitely we'll be spending the hours to try and come up with a good team. Yeah, so look out for that game. Definitely should be a good one. So I hope to catch you guys then.